Do you know what a deal is? Yes, it's an agreement between two people, where one person says, if you do this, then I will do that. So, have you ever made a deal with anyone? And did it go the way you wanted it to? Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Pelly. Welcome to Journey with Story. Today's story is an ancient Greek myth about two deals. One deal is between two kings, and the other deal is between a prince and a princess. And let's just say that neither of these deals really quite works out the way people expect. By the way, there is a famous monster in this story called a Minotaur, who was thought to be half man and half bull. Let's take a journey with Theseus and the Minotaur. Long, long ago in ancient Greece, on a beautiful island called Crete, there lived a king named Minos. He had everything a king could possibly desire, but still, every now and then King Minos sent his navy across the sea to attack the village of Athens, plundering their land and all their possessions. Now the King of Athens became desperate. He had to find a way to protect his land and his people. If only he had more time, he figured, he could build a strong navy, strong enough to do battle with this King Minos and keep his own people safe. So, the King of Athens offered King Minos a deal. If Minos promised not to attack Athens for 9 years, then Athens would agree to send 7 boys and 7 girls to the island of Crete to be eaten by the terrible monster that King Minos kept as a pet, the dreaded Minotaur. The Minotaur lived in the middle of a maze on the island of Crete, and King Minos doted on him. And so, when he heard of this deal from the King of Athens, he accepted it. After all, he thought, I only send out my navy to attack them when I'm bored. I have no need of their land or possessions, and this way I can give my beloved Minotaur a special tasty treat of 7 boys and 7 girls. So, as the years passed, Athens did build a navy. But King Minos did not attack as the King of Athens had expected. In fact, King Minos kept his word. And soon it was time for Athens to keep their word and send 7 boys and 7 girls to their death. The whole of Athens wept with sorrow. Now, the young prince Theseus of Athens knew the importance of keeping one's word. He knew that a deal was a deal, but he was also quite sure that it was wrong to send innocent children to be devoured by a monster. So Prince Theseus told his father, the king, that he was going to go to Crete as the 7th son of Athens, and he was going to kill the Minotaur and end the terror. The Minotaur is a terrible monster. What makes you think you can kill it? Cried his father. I will find a way, Theseus replied gently. The gods will help me. His father begged him not to go, but the prince paid him no heed, and he took his place as the 7th Athenian boy. Along with 6 other Athenian boys and 7 Athenian girls, Prince Theseus set sail towards Crete. When the prince and the children arrived on the island of Crete, King Minos and his daughter, the Princess Ariadne, came out to greet them. The Princess Ariadne did not say anything, but her eyes narrowed thoughtfully. Late that night she wrote Prince Theseus a note, and she slipped it under his bedroom door. It read, Dear Theseus, I am a beautiful princess, as you probably noticed the minute you set eyes on me. I am also a very bored princess. Without my help, the Minotaur will surely gobble you up. I know a trick or two that will save your life. If I help you kill the monster, you must promise to take me away from this tiny island so that others can admire my beauty. If interested in this deal, meet me by the gate to the labyrinth in 1 hour. Yours very truly, Princess Ariadne. Prince Theseus slipped out of the palace and waited patiently by the gate. Finally, Princess Ariadne showed up. In her hands she carried a sword and a ball of string. Ariadne gave the sword and the ball of string to Prince Theseus. "Hide these inside the entrance to the maze. Tomorrow, when you and the other children from Athens enter the labyrinth, wait until the gate is closed, then tie the string to the door, unroll it as you move through the maze, and that way you will find your way back again. The sword? Well, I think you know what to do with the sword," she laughed. Theseus thanked the princess for her kindness. "Don't forget now," she cautioned Theseus. "You must take me with you so that all the people can marvel at my beauty." The next morning, the Athenian children, including Prince Theseus, were shoved into the maze. The door was locked firmly behind them. Following Ariadne's directions, Theseus tied one end of the string to the door. He told the children to stay by the door and to make sure the string stayed tied so that the prince could find his way back again. The children hung on to the string tightly as Theseus entered the maze alone. For a long time he wound his way in and out through the maze until finally, hurtling straight toward him, came the Minotaur. But as soon as it lowered its head to charge, Theseus raised up the sword Ariadne had given him, and with one fell stroke, he slayed the ferocious monster. Then he turned around and easily found his way back by following the string. He knocked on the door, and at once Princess Ariadne opened it, and away they ran toward the ship with the children following behind, and off they set sail back to Athens. But along the way they stopped for supplies on the tiny island of Naxos. Princess Ariadne insisted on coming ashore with the prince and the children. But there was little happening on the island, and by Ariadne lay down beneath a tree, and soon she fell asleep. All the people gathered around to admire the beautiful sleeping princess. Seeing what was happening, Theseus beckoned the children of Athens to his side, and off they hurried back to the ship and sailed away, leaving the sleeping princess surrounded by her crowd of admirers. After all, a deal is a deal. So, what do you think? How do you think Ariadne felt when she woke up? And how do you think King Minos felt when he learned his pet Minotaur was dead? Don't forget, if you want to get some fun colouring sheets to accompany each of our episodes, consider becoming one of our Patreon subscribers. You can find out more on our website or on our episode notes. Cheerio then. Join me next time for Journey with Story.